brother, right now everybody has to choose Jamaica.
But
Everybody has to choose Jamaica.
Jamaica a long time.
So why do it rile up a sense of dignity and pride to say I am Jamaican?
Choose your country.
I can identify with my country.
Yeah, man.
Right now, brother, them which are them come up with that slogan, you know. Come in and hear them as a time come again like one time.
You rise above all colors, brother. Choose Jamaica.
Yeah. And quickly hear about this the richest Jamaican born lady we have Andrew. Yeah. That's gonna be a game changer right there.
2,500 US a plate.
Can you imagine one plate of food for $2,500?
Well, it's not the food. It's not the food. It's the phone.
It's not the food, you know.
Me know, bro. Me know.
But yeah, me I say to you. She said, who can afford can see. But listen, I say to you, Anthem. You see how me there listening, you know, and you see you sound well informative, intellectual, like a hybrid in your brains. But yeah, me I say to you, Squitty. Me never hear. We say, you know, some man going to Portmore, Essential, or me, you know, and he make mistake again. We say, you hear it? We say?
No, I don't.
I feel
so
much. Man, he's nervous.
Yeah,
so much go on Facebook. Yeah, man say choose the government. Let me say choose the government. The matter about question, him say Andrew go. Me don't share it on Facebook. You can search him on Facebook. Yeah, somebody say like he make a mistake, like he must make a speech again.
About
sorry, me not cut to brother.
The last 2 weeks, brother.
The mistake he make.
The man is.
Go on Craig. All right, go on Craig Woods' page on Facebook and you see it. Craig Woods, go ahead, brother. Be a mistake he make.
Yeah, man, brother, man. So you know, sometimes you have a lot of reason, and sometimes you have to think out the box. I strongly believe that's the reason why them are go so hard. Them don't want them to get this third term because them know if Andrew win this third term, PMP gonna be out in the white house for a long
them
are
discarded. Them are discarded.
Exactly. Them have to go probably just squash the whole thing and build it back from scratch.
Yeah, that can happen.
And that's what they don't want that to happen. Yeah, them don't want that to happen, and that's why them are strive so hard to tell all kind of lies and all kind of things. But with me, I go on and listen and go and listen to the reason. You know, so me's not a man of many words, but I like to listen. You see me?
You know your thing, man.
Yeah, man. Bless up.
Respect. All right. I want King Big now with King there. Big King Big.
Yes, sir. Good night. Good night, everyone.
Yeah, brother P.
Yeah, man. Big up yourself, Father Squitty, and big up the panelists, you know.
Yeah, man.
Anyway, we may have to say still, you know, in spite of what them try with the Prime Minister, you know, we have the cleanest Prime Minister. When you have to pay a private investigator to come and probe the Prime Minister, that's the IC I'm talking about. And you pay $34 million to overseas. You couldn't use your local investigators, and you couldn't use the FID, and you couldn't use the TAJ, which is the Tax Administration of Jamaica. You couldn't use those because you bypass all of those and you go overseas and you pay 34 million Jamaican dollars for a private investigator for 6 months, and him come up with nothing. And they probe the Prime Minister for 3.5 years and they come up with nothing. And after you bypass all those financial investigators and all those bodies that can probe if there is any illegitimate, any wrongdoing of the Prime Minister, and they found nothing, you're gonna go now to the person that the agency that you bypass, and want to use those now as a bailout. That for sure is how clean the Prime Minister is. So in spite of all what the opposition is trying, them fighting a losing battle. And I think in this election coming up, you see the middle class going to make that difference. All those persons that sitting on the fence, they're going to make this election a big difference because they're going to come and choose Jamaica. Because we can't afford to make a farmer, slave master, grandchild come run Jamaica. And this man mean we no good. Because every time he speak bare lies.
Somebody has discussion about this time.
I don't know what you have said, you know. I don't know. It's the first time hearing it by Mark Nation.
What would I tell you about that?
Mark Nation.
Oh, Mark Nation.
And this is to show you how this man is getting he's getting anxiety and reach him. That's the reason why he's making all these mistakes. You understand what I mean? And this man is a liar. He go and he spread lots of lies and tell lies pertaining to his bank books. He have 2 bank books, and when they check it out, he have 32 bank books according to what they say. But even if you have 32 or not, that the fact remains that the man is just a liar. No? You can be a big international businessman and you only have 2 bank books. That should show you how lie this man is. And when his company can go overseas and borrow 20 million US dollars and take that 20 million US dollars, invest in your country, or invest in your constituency where you in charge of, and you can go overseas to Bahamas and invest that 20 million US dollars, which is over 3 billion Jamaican dollars. And you don't respect Jamaica enough to be a low income house in Jamaica. But you can borrow that. I remember in 2023 when they come out in the news that Proven Wealth have borrowed 20 million US. And that 20 million US, we think more or less you would invest in a Jamaica. You might take it and bring it to Bahamas and go invest in a low income house in Bahamas. That for sure is that this man don't mean the country no good. And what kind of leadership he is presenting to Jamaicans? What kind of leadership he is presenting to Jamaicans? I hope Jamaicans just wise up and do the right thing when the time comes, because this man mean us no good. And his company last year alone, they lose 62% of revenue. And if you can run your company, which is Proven Wealth, how can you run a big country like Jamaica? How you can run a country like Jamaica and control 3.8 million people or 2.9 million people? If you can run your own affairs, how you going to run Jamaica? And you cannot trust Jamaica enough that you can spend that $20 million in a Jamaica and take it and bring it overseas to invest in the other man's country, and now you coming to us, the people, and tell us you want to become prime minister and you want to be heads of state. And you are not setting no example as head of state. This man is a liar. And I hope when the right time comes, I hope Jamaicans choose Jamaica and reject this British man. Because this man don't mean you no good. You understand what I mean? And when he come out again and tell lies, say he have nothing to do with FinSac. That will show you what a wicked and corrupt this man is. You understand what I mean? This man mean Jamaica no good. And all we have to do the right thing when the time comes. And all those persons who are run behind him, they are traitors to Jamaica. Because there's no way you can put a man that come from slave owners over your native people. That's crazy. And every one of those people that following behind Mark Bolin, they are traitors to Jamaica. They make Nanny of the Maroon turn in our grave. They make Sham Sharp turn in his grave. They make Paul Bogle turn in his grave. All those persons who make sacrifice for us that we can, to liberate us, to make us free, that we can have this privilege to go out and exercise our democracy. And at the end of the day, make man come trick and talk about he want to become Prime Minister of Jamaica, and he have been lying to the people of Jamaica. This man is a disgrace and is the worst opposition leader Jamaica has ever seen.
You know, the new and improved Jamaica that you can raise and grow your children and don't have to think, oh, it's pretty, but I don't hear nobody talk about it, man. You see, poll, 57% of Jamaicans say they would not leave Jamaica. Did you see that? You hear me say? 57%.
That what?
Say they would not leave Jamaica.
They would not leave Jamaica?
Yeah, they would not live anywhere else. Yes. Yeah, there was a poll today. Yeah, so just something involved night and I wasn't taken, so it's just the things, Squitty, that is happening that is making you proud. You know, Squitty, I live in an era, and when you hear first time, when you hear of an unaliving, come like a everyday thing. Now when you hear of it, you're shocked. You're in shock. That is where the country is going, Squitty. The thing is being taken care of. We have been taken care of across the board, mentally, physically, and financially. You understand me? That is what this Andrew HOLNESS-led government is doing. You understand me? Providing the source for us to make ourselves into better people and a better nation. And that is what governments are for, to provide the source to make us better. And this Andrew HOLNESS government has been doing that since he came into power. And we want it to continue because we see a light. We can see clearly now, as Jimmy Cliff said. You know, the rain is gone. You know, because Andrew Holness has made it better with our tax money. You know, we used to wonder what could I go so. Every time nothing to do in Jamaica back in the days, I borrow something. We don't have to do that any longer under good governance. And people must wake up and smell the coffee. I keep saying it, the NIR at $5.78 billion can feed it for 30 odd weeks. The debt to GDP, 68%. That means that we out of every dollar we earn, we keep 32 cents. Big deal. We do fix the road and give people water and give people free house. You understand what I say to you, Squitty? When you look at our poverty rate down to 8.2% and good as low you know, and then we unemployment rate 3.5, we should never do that because the amount of jobs is available. So it's not being taken up. So if those jobs is taken up, we should be at about 1%. I'm telling you, that is what this Andrew Holness government is doing. When you look at the condition of the police, $94 billion invest in our security forces. We have drones, we have helicopters, we have boats, we have new vehicles, all kind of vehicle. From bicycle to the biggest vehicle we have in the police force to carry out the work.